Okay, so Iverson Elementary, it's EC through fifth grade. The gender is roughly about 50-50. Race, 61% Hispanic. White is 14%. Two or more races. Black and unspecified is 9% each. English language learners, 22%. Our attendance usually runs about 83%, though they said that recently with the push that the campus is having, is it's done a lot better. So district-wide, there's an issue with attendance and a push from the superintendent to raise numbers because butts and seats make the district money and students get an education by being at school. But considering the district's recent money shortage due to the decline in tourism and a weakened tax base, I think we'd agree that CCSD is highly concerned with funding. Currently, the district uses punitive responses to address truancy. Currently, schools will send a truancy officer to make a home visit. Parents can be fined and the child can be retained for chronic absences. Parents who keep their child at home aren't afraid of truancy officers on their doorstep, and parents who are fined for absenteeism can't afford the fine and rarely pay it. And school campuses don't follow through with retention. I asked the attendance clerk what the consequences are for chronic, next one, chronic absenteeism at this campus. She said there are no consequences. There are home visits and CPS will be called for wellness checks, but the administration does not pursue charges that incur fines or seek retention for chronic absenteeism. My thought then is that if the dog has no teeth, no one is afraid of the bite. I was given information that the district wants to roll out to incentivize attendance and is reward-based rather than punitive. And so these are the things that I copied. I'll get that in a second. So what they're wanting to do then is for elementary schools, attendance incentive options. Like for elementary would be extra recess, a pajama day, hero of the week recognition, classroom parties, certificates and badges, attendance stickers. They're even offering a $529 perfect attendance college savings account. And their community incentives would be like zoo and museum passes, bowling, skating coupons, family picnic at local park, family game night baskets, library recognition, and community certificates. And then they have tangible items such as swag, board game puzzles, STEM art kits, water bottles, lunch boxes, snack baskets, and certificates. For middle school, they're looking for front of the line pass, class pizza party, school dance tickets, high grade level recognition board, local attraction discounts. These are the community incentives. Rec center passes, arcade passes, trampoline park. Their tangible items would be wireless headphones, backpack and school supplies, gift cards, movie tickets, water bottles. Then at the high school level, they're looking for like school incentives would be reserved parking spot. So if you have a car, you would get like a reserved spot for that term. Early release or late arrival pass, front of the line pass, school dance tickets, lunch with the principal. Ooh. Concert and sports tickets, gym memberships, car wash gift cards, and then your tangible items would be wireless headphones, portable speakers, gift cards, laptop sleeves, movie passes, sports equipment, clothing store vouchers, or Polaroid camera. So this is what the district had to say. Let me see if I can find that. There's 3, there's 4, and there's 2. An attendance club is a student-led organization supported by a staff advisor designed to foster a culture of daily school attendance. The attendance club builds on the district's Futures initiative and engages students as leaders, influencers, and advocates for regular attendance through peer-to-peer encouragement, recognition programs, and community partnerships. The attendance club aims to support student attendance and highlight the value in academics and beyond. So the purpose would be to empower students to serve as attendance ambassadors, create opportunities for student leadership, raise awareness among peers, staff, and families about the importance of coming to school every day, collaborate with staff and community partners, celebrate success stories. Students will gain leadership experience and improve communication skills. And then they're going to have an advisor, and then the student ambassadors are going to be led attendance campaigns such as poster contests, social media challenges, and morning announcements. They're going to act as peer influencers who model positive attendance and behaviors, facilitate small group discussions during meetings to brainstorm creative solutions, and advisors may also teach ambassadors leadership skills, communication strategies, and event planning. All students who wish to promote a positive school and culture will be invited. And then they're going to have meetings, which would be like a welcome and an icebreaker. It sounds a lot like what teachers do when they have teacher work day, because they're going to do data review, brainstorming and campaign planning, small group work, recognition and reflection and feedback. Let's see, campaigns and activities. They're going to have weekly themes like Monday, Motivation Monday, Throwback Thursday, Finish Strong Friday, golden ticket challenges, hidden prizes for students with strong attendance, poster and video contests, class competitions, community partnership days. Activities should balance fun with meaningful messaging that emphasizes the long-term value of consistent attendance. Recognition is essential to keeping momentum. So weekly shout outs, certificates, pins, or small prizes, attendance champion of the month, pizza parties, ice cream socials, or music privileges for classes with the best attendance, partnering with community engagement department to provide incentives. So here's my question to the student who is in here with me, and I won't show her picture or give you her name, but what would you think a good incentive? What would keep you coming to school and not cut to go to Disneyland for a week? Yeah, I know. So if you had you don't have to be on there. You're fine. But just tell, what would be a good incentive? Do these incentives, would they be something that would keep you coming to school and have perfect attendance, or is perfect attendance, does it not mean that much to you? Don't be shy. The only people who are going to hear this are the people that I'm in the class with, and nobody knows who you are. And you can say whatever you want, because I say a lot of things and they look at me like I'm crazy.
I mean, I guess attendance matters to me, because if you're here all week, then the candy lady, Miss O, I think her name is, then she'll give you candy, and if you're here the whole month, then.
But is that enough incentive to get you to come to school every day?
No.
Be honest. No, it's not. So would any of those that I read, if they gave you, what if, because I know you're going to middle school, what if if you had a chance to get wireless headphones or sports equipment or gift cards or books, sneakers or slides, movie tickets, water bottles or planners and journals? Would that be enough to make you want to come to school every day? So what would it take then for you, for the school or for the campus or for the district to get you to come to school every day? Is there anything?
No.
And why?
Because, I don't really care for that stuff, at all.
So if you don't care for any of that stuff, what could the school offer you that it's intrinsic? There's something inside. Do you know the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic?
No.
Okay. Extrinsic would be an outside influence. They could if you show up every day of the week, you get 100 or something like that on a grade book. Intrinsic would be something that you value, a reward, like headphones or personal recognition, I guess would be better. Intrinsic. So what would that motivator be then? Is there a motivator for you? No motivator. So what keeps, because you've got pretty decent attendance except for when you went to Disneyland and they don't care. It's not their business. But so then what keeps you coming to school?
Miss White.
So the person who brings you to school is that motivator. Okay. So
And Monson.
maybe they didn't hear that. Where's that other sheet at so I can read the rest of it? Oh my. I love her to death, by the way. These rewards are specific. They are specific. They're measurable and achievable. They align with the district goals, and the time frame could be within the school year or 9 weeks, or if they wanted to go term. I also believe these incentives could work since they are not so general that high school students would think they're childish and elementary students will get something age appropriate. But this student here doesn't think that they're going to work. Do you think they would work for other people?
Yeah.
So do you just think for you it doesn't work?
No. But maybe for the smart kids or something like that, or like.
See, you are one of the smart kids though.
But like not that smart. Like I'm the smartest in the dumb room, but like.
Smartest in the dumb room.
No, no, not like that.
Stassi, her name is not. I don't think you're the smartest in the dumb room. I think you're very smart. If I didn't think that you were smart, I wouldn't talk to you. You couldn't come to my room after school because I just would have nothing to be able to talk to you about. So you are smart. You just don't give yourself enough credit.
But like, I mean, like, I'm the smartest. Like, I feel like I'm the smartest in the low room, but like, I'm the dumbest in the smart room. Like, you get me?
No, I don't. But I think you don't give yourself enough credit. I don't think you think enough of yourself. I think you are smart. And she doesn't give herself enough credit. So the one drawback that I can see is funding. So who's going to fund these rewards? If CCSD and the campuses, because like on my campus now, they've already told me, they have me funded for next year, but the next school year, but the year after that, they don't have funding for me unless the state comes through and increases funding or we get some money somewhere. So my job will be, I guess, dissolved after next year. So then if we can't afford me and they're looking at maybe possibly doing another surplus next year, or next year, or maybe even later this year, then where are we going to get the funds? That's my question. Because if you don't have tourists coming in and you don't have a tax base, except for hotels, then, I mean, they passed marijuana because they were going to take that money and put it into education, but it doesn't seem like they're doing that. There's my question.